Welcome to the first edition of Kate Penworn Thompson's Adoption Podcast. Hey there, this is Kate. This is the first official podcast in my new format, so I hope you enjoy this today, and I hope the information helps you in your journey of fostering and adoption. So I taught a class of foster parents not so long ago, and what kept coming up for me was how difficult it was to distinguish between a feeling and a thought. I'm going to help you understand why our feelings are not the actual reason we react to any situation or circumstance. Before we have a feeling, we have a thought. Yup, isn't that mind-blowing? We have a thought before we feel anything. You see, the feeling that we have is like a knee-jerk reaction to the situation that happened. For example, I'll take an example from one of the parents in the class who was having difficulty with a child that had been bounced around a bit from home to home. The child had been the perfect child for the first few or several weeks, and then the honeymoon period was over. The parent reported that it was like a different child had woken up from sleep and started with all the behaviours that had been reported to them by the agency and the previous foster parents. These guys were stunned, felt guilty and somewhat unprepared for the dramatic changes in behaviour from this kid who was about 8. The guilt came because they had been criticising the previous parents, thinking, this kid's perfect. Why, oh, why, oh, why? And suddenly they realised the kid really wasn't perfect. The kid had some serious issues. The father told me that the child had made him feel angry. When I replied that it wasn't the child that made him feel anger, it was the way he was thinking about the situation, he was stunned. Although I didn't expect the new foster parents to get what I was saying, the father stopped in his tracks. Something rang a bell for him because he was desperate not to feel angry at the child. I took some time to explain to him about what I was taught as a life coach. A situation, one that can be proved, leads to a thought. The thought leads to a feeling that leads to an action which determines your outcome or what actually happens in the end. Complicated? Not really. Have you ever felt angry at one of your children's behaviours? I certainly have. But I know now that I have a thought that happens in between the behaviour situation and my feelings about it. And guess what? What thought was the child having that caused his feeling to be so bad that he took an action that was not and never had served him or her ever? I call it the thought pit, where the same thoughts keep the same feelings going round and round in a whirlwind you can't escape from. Next time your child acts out, think before you react. Stop, think, and observe. Be mindful of actions that come from feelings we have not stopped to look at the why you are having this particular feeling. So, more on feelings and thoughts next time. Signing off for today. Bye.